3:38 p.m., February 27th, US President Donald Trump looked at his generals and said these words: "Operation Epic Fury is approved. No aborts. Good luck." And with that, the Middle East changed forever. This is Iran, this is Israel, and this is every country that got pulled into their war. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how it happened, day by day, strike by strike, and why this is no longer just an Iran-Israel conflict. February 28th, the opening minute, Israel did not ease into this war. It just detonated. In the very first 60 seconds of the attack, 40 senior Iranian military commanders were killed, and Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, the man who ran Iran for 35 years, was dead. 30 bombs, his own office, gone. Iran's response was immediate and ferocious. Missiles flew not just toward Israel, but toward Dubai, Bahrain, Qatar, countries that are not usually caught in the crossfire. Dubai's international airport was hit. 6 American troops were killed in a strike that same day. 9 civilians dead in Beit Shemesh inside Israel. Look at the map. Day 1 and already 5 countries are on fire. March 1st, Iran goes after the seas, and here's where it gets alarming. Iran targeted shipping in the Persian Gulf, the Strait of Hormuz, the narrow checkpoint through which 20% of the world's oil flows. That became a war zone. The first ship attack of this conflict happened here on this day. And on land, Iran's own nuclear site at Natanz was struck. The site the world had been watching for years is now in rubbles. The war was no longer about governments and generals. It was reaching infrastructure, energy, and global supply chains. Then Jordan intercepted a cluster of Iranian drones headed toward Oman. Bahrain shot down a drone targeting the capital Manama's maritime infrastructure. Saudi Arabia stopped a salvo of ballistic missiles aimed at its energy facilities. The UAE neutralized drones targeting Abu Dhabi's industrial zone. Qatar shot down 2 Iranian bombers. March 2nd, Lebanon re-enters the picture. Remember the ceasefire Israel had with Hezbollah? The fragile, hard-won truce from 2024? Gone. Israel struck Hezbollah positions in southern Lebanon and Beirut. And Hezbollah, of course, responded, firing rockets back into northern Israel. In Saudi Arabia, the Aramco refinery, which is the beating heart of global oil, was attacked. Speaking of oil, Strait of Hormuz is cut off for shipment. Let me pull out another map which I sourced from Kepler to show you the effect of this. This is the Strait of Hormuz. Those red dots you see are ships. So on the left side, we see ship movement on 23rd of Feb, before the chaos began. And on March 2, you could see the vast difference in traffic. And then a drone struck RAF Akrotiri. This is a British Royal Air Force base in Cyprus, in the Mediterranean, not in the Middle East, the Mediterranean. That pulled in Britain, France, and Greece. Eventually, all 3 pledged anti-missile systems, anti-drone defenses, and warships to the region to protect their citizens and also to, quote, supporting our allies. Look at the map now. Count the countries. March 3rd, the war comes for religion and diplomacy. Qom, one of the holiest cities in Shia Islam, a cleric's building destroyed. In Beirut, southern Lebanon, struck again. And then a double drone strike on the US embassy in Kuwait. Apparently, diplomatic immunity means nothing in this war. March 4th, NATO enters. An Iranian ballistic missile was headed for a US base in Turkey, a NATO country. NATO shot it down. And in Qatar, a US airbase was struck directly. The United States is now fighting Iran across Iraq, Qatar, Turkey, and the seas simultaneously. March 5th, one more country gets added to the list, Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan complained of Iranian drones hitting its territory after some persons were injured in the incident. On March 6th, it said it was withdrawing its diplomatic staff from Tehran. Now let's come to the countries that are not directly involved in the war, but the war chose them. A US submarine sank an Iranian warship not in the Persian Gulf, not in the Red Sea, but in the Indian Ocean, off the coast of Sri Lanka. Colombo did not declare war, did not pick a side, did not even want to be mentioned in the same sentence as this conflict. Yet, suddenly, they are the ones fishing Iranian sailors out of their waters. The irony at the heart of it, the ship was in these waters because of India's invitation to participate in the multinational exercises held with the Indian Navy in Visakhapatnam last month. Indian diplomats also described the torpedo attack in the Indian Ocean close to Sri Lanka as concerning. That's what this war looks like for other nations. No seat at the table, but all the fear and consequences. So step back, look at what we are actually looking at. 18 countries, 18 have seen strikes, explosions, or military incidents in 1 week. That's not a regional flare-up, that's a regional war. When a war spreads to 18 countries in 7 days, hitting oil routes, NATO soil, and Indian Ocean waters, it stops being someone else's problem. Every nation on that map found that out the hard way.